My name is Amber Ballard, and I am the host of the Her Platform, Her Story podcast. And today I'm with Taylor, Miss Western Tidewater 2026. She's competing for Miss Virginia this week. We were just talking about how I can't believe it's come up so fast. But Taylor, please tell me, about yourself and your platform.
Yeah, so I am your current Miss Western Tidewater. I got that title, I think only like 3 months ago, so it's been a really quick turnaround. So my CSI is called the Honor Initiative, and it's been through a couple of different name changes, but the mission stays the same. Since 2018, my mission has been to honor military veterans and their families. And so, what that looks like in practice is, for example, in 2020, I hand wrote over 2,000 thank you cards for deployed troops. I also work to amplify veterans' voices, and I also like to partner with Operation Gratitude to package care packages for deployed troops.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I don't know if I ever told you, but my grandfather is actually a Vietnam veteran. So
Really?
yes, so he was in the army and then went to Vietnam and he actually almost he has Purple Hearts. So he got
Oh, wow.
injured and then but he survived, which was good because I wouldn't be here today if that didn't happen. Can you share the story that really inspired your passion for your cause?
Yes. So in December 2018, my grandmother, a retired Air Force veteran, was rushed to a VA hospital because she had pneumonia. And while she was there, she was severely mistreated. And while all of this was going on, I was wondering if this was normal. And as I did more research, I found out it was. The VA is severely broken and it needs to be fixed. But I knew that that wasn't something that me, a single person, could do, right? It's a federal agency. And instead, I decided to pivot. Since I can't fix it, what I can do is help to allow these veterans to know that they are valued, that they aren't overlooked. Even when the government or the VA is overlooking them, that they still matter, right? And civilians still appreciate their sacrifices.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Not that your grandmother experienced that, but that you're trying to change how, our veterans are. Is your grandma a veteran?
Yes, my grandmother and my parents.
Okay. Yeah. I really like how you're trying to change that and I think our veterans should be more recognized because they definitely do not get the recognition that they need. How has your platform changed your life personally?
So, as I kind of already stated, I did the over 2,000 thank you cards to deployed troops. That was a part of an initiative with the nonprofit Operation Gratitude. They challenged their volunteers to do something 2,020 times in the year 2020. So, originally, my plan was to go out to schools and to collect those cards from the kids, but the pandemic happened and I had to pivot. So, instead, I released an online survey and people sent in their thank yous and I hand wrote and decorated all the cards myself. And doing that project, I was actually featured on many local news networks and I was able to go on to UVA's Double Take, kind of like a TED Talk, and talk about my story. I was able to meet the former CEO of Operation Gratitude and currently am an ambassador for Operation Gratitude on the national level. Uh, my CSI has also brought me into pageantry because my CSI has been around. It was some the volunteer work that I did before I even stepped foot on a stage. And so when I had the opportunity of competing in a pageant and they said I had to have a platform of some sort, I knew exactly what that platform was going to be. And with pageantry, I have met so many people and learned so much about myself.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Has it influenced like your career at all? Like, do you want to be in the military or have you served at all or?
No, I haven't served, and I'm actually not qualified to go into the military, unfortunately. But because of that, I still try to choose other ways to serve by serving our veterans in our military.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you still you're able to do that even though you're not qualified. What do you wish like more people understood about, your platform and like what, goes on behind the scenes?
Yeah, so it's not as glamorous of a job as some people may think. There's a nickname that the Air Force is called the Chair Force because they don't do anything. But I think a lot of people forget that these are human beings. These are family members. These are friends. And they have to go away to another country halfway across the globe for months on end. And what that looks like, at least from a military child perspective, is being without your father or being without your mother for months on end, as early as when you're a baby. And you're missing those critical developmental periods when you should be forming a strong attachment with your parent. They're off fighting for your freedom and for your protection. And it's something that I think a lot of people take for granted.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that. My, actually, my mom was not alive when my grandfather was deployed, but my best friend is actually a military child too, and she's told me about how lonely it was and how hard it was for her and her mom, before her other siblings came along. So I wouldn't say I relate to it, but like I've heard about it, so I could kind of see how it would be. What would you say as like some common like misconceptions about, your platform, and how can we like as a society help diminish them?
So, some very specific misconceptions about my platform is that I'm idolizing veterans, and I'm not idolizing veterans. They are humans just like us. I am honoring them and the sacrifice that they made. Because if we didn't have people willingly signing up for the military, we would have to have people voluntold to join the military. We would have to have required service where you don't get to choose. The fact that these people are choosing to join is what makes it so special, is that they are giving up some of their privileges so that we can have rights.
Right. Okay, so what have you done? I know you've touched on this, but is there anything else that you've done with your platform, besides, like the 2000 cards and everything else?
Yes. So let me try to think of the very long list of things I've done. So I'm a member with the American Legion Auxiliary, which is a nonprofit organization that works to support our veterans, specifically the American Legion, which is founded and for veterans. As well as through that, I've done a lot of projects, hosting a gala for veterans to attend. I have also created it's like a paint by diamond mural for the American Legion post. I have made bereavement boxes for Portsmouth Naval Medical Center. These bereavement boxes are boxes that they give to parents who unfortunately lost their newborn during childbirth. So it allows them to put little mementos like their baby socks or their baby blanket into that box to remember that child by. And that was specifically for military families. I've packaged thousands of care packages, written thousands of letters, and one of my initiatives that I try to do every year is teach children about both Veterans Day and Memorial Day with partnering with the Miss America Partnership Global Game Changers.
Nice. Okay. So, out of all that, what would you say was your most favorite or like most meaningful experience?
Definitely the cards. Those cards mean more than anyone could ever know. It wasn't just about completing that service project. It was a New Year's resolution. I signed up to do that at the beginning of 2020 when there wasn't a pandemic. And as the year progressed and as I became more isolated, I went off to college, I was unable to make new friends, I fell into a deep depression. And those cards gave me a reason to get up in the morning because it was bigger than myself. Without that project, I might not have survived the pandemic because it was just such a dark place in my life that I was at. But it gave me something to look forward to every day.
That's good. I'm glad that you were able to, overcome that with the cards. So,
Yeah.
tell me about Miss Virginia, its organization, and like its mission per se.
Yeah, so Miss Virginia is a part of the Miss America opportunity. Everyone knows Miss America, right? There she is, Miss America. And its mission is to empower women. It is the largest giver of scholarships to women in the entire world, which is great. So they have a huge focus on scholarships as well as a spotlight on service. So CSI is the short name for Community Service Initiative. So that's your platform. So my CSI is the Honor Initiative. And I believe yours, if you do choose to do Miss Virginia one day, would be about childhood cancer. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah. So they really emphasize being a public servant when you're a title holder. So going out and helping your community, whether that's through your CSI or just in general, donating to your local food bank or reading to children in the library, what I do with Global Game Changers, which is going to the schools and teaching kids how to make healthy choices or teaching them about Veterans Day or Memorial Day. The Miss America organization is about sisterhood, service, and that's the five key things, right? Sisterhood, success, service, style, and scholarship.
Nice. Wow, you just taught me something I didn't even know about Miss America. And yeah, I definitely do want to do Miss Virginia one day, but I think I'm gonna do the fair system this year if I win the fair pageant that I'm doing. If I don't, I'm gonna do like another state level
Mhm.
one.
Well, I
Um,
mean, the great thing about Miss Virginia is that if when you age out of the fairs, Miss
so
Virginia, I think you can go until you're like 27 or 28.
I feel old right now, so I can't imagine how I would feel at that age of
Well,
Miss
I'm
Virginia.
aged out, so
Really?
yeah, I can't do fairs.
Oh yes, yes, forgot. I thought you were talking about Miss Virginia. I'm like,
Oh no, 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 no,
Taylor,
no.
I know you're not that old.
No, 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 no. Not no.
What is your favorite area of competition?
Ooh, that's been changing recently because I've put a lot more focus on my on stage recently, and I think it's gonna be talent this time.
Oh,
So,
nice.
fun little story. 2 weeks before everything was due, like all your music, all of your props for talent, 2 weeks before it was all due, my director came to me and said, you know that Instagram post that you did? That should be your talent. And so I had to, it was about what it was like to be a military child when your mom is so far away, deployed for 8 months. And so I had to rework the entire thing. I had to find new music. I had to make sure it was licensed. I had to put together a slideshow that's going to play behind me. All of this, I got it all together in 2 weeks. And I am so excited for you and everyone watching. Hopefully, you'll watch the Miss Virginia pageant to see it on Thursday because that is my talent day.
Nice. Oh yeah, I would definitely watch it. But you need to do you have to pay money for it?
It's about, I think it's $99 for all 3 nights.
Okay. All right. So this is kind of like the same thing, but I would assume that you're most looking forward to talent.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So how do you think you would feel if you won Miss Virginia?
I would be ecstatic. I've been working so hard. I have done Miss Virginia in the past, but I don't think I put nearly as much time, dedication, effort into preparing for it. This year, I'm going into Miss Virginia with a concrete plan on how I would want my year to look and how I would be able to best serve the Commonwealth as Miss Virginia. So if that crown gets placed on my head, I'm ready to hit the ground running with Miss America prep and community service.
Oh my gosh, I think there's you, and then there's Liz, and then there's Kylie. If any one of you guys win, I will be jumping up and down. I'm gonna record my reaction because if one of y'all make it to like the top five and then y'all win, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, like Taylor won, Liz won, Kylie
No,
won. Like
sure.
I'm just gonna be like over the moon. So have you? Well, yes, I know you've done plenty of community events. Do you have any like specific community events, appearances, or service projects with the Miss Virginia title that you want to do?
Oh, you mean like if I win, what I want to do?
Right.
So, with my platform of veterans, I am probably going to be attending a lot of 250 events, specifically military centered ones. And I love that because the crown helps to put a spotlight on veterans when I attend those events. But specifically, what I really, really want to do is to do Wreaths Across America this year at the National Cemetery in Arlington. I think that that would just be very special. I remember doing them in at a 757 military uh, cemetery, but I want to do it at the national one. I mean, I just went up to the national one for Memorial Day, and I got to see the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and pay my respects.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
That's been it's been on my bucket list to go around Virginia and see like historical sites and stuff like that. And that one too, I've been wanting to see that. So, as a title holder, how do you inspire others to become involved in your cause and has it at all been effective?
So it can definitely be a bit tricky to get people involved with honoring and supporting our military because there's quite a few misconceptions about it. People think that they're already appreciated. As I've stated, they can easily be overlooked. It's like, oh, well, what can I do? I'm just a civilian, which is why I have my series, Service Sundays. This is actually a part of the Service Sunday series. Fun fact, just
Oh,
because of
nice.
everything I'm saying. And so today's Service Sunday is my Service Sunday series is things that civilians can do, the general public can do to help support our military. I go through things like just being an advocate, speaking up, all the way to writing letters, doing care packages, shopping at veteran owned businesses. And today's is cooking. If you know someone who has like the mother is deployed or the father is deployed, invite them over for dinner. They are a single parent essentially for that time while their spouse is deployed, and it can be difficult to juggle, children's school and after school activities and dinner. So invite them over a day or two, and so that way they don't have to cook and they can have still have a wonderful home cooked meal.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a couple of fun questions I want to ask you. What is a hidden talent that you have?
Ooh, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I can like shake my
Oh
eyes.
my gosh, you can see. Oh my gosh. What? I have never seen that before.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Okay, what is your favorite TV show?
Ooh, that's a good question. I am super into anime. I love Japanese animation. So it's not necessarily a TV show, but a movie. I love Howl's Moving Castle. Absolutely love it. It's amazing.
Nice. Is anime like really popular, like in your opinion?
Yeah, it's been gaining popularity, especially among the younger generation. Even though K-pop Demon Hunters isn't anime, it's anime adjacent, and so that has had like a domino effect into younger kids finding anime and it getting more popular.
Okay. What is your favorite season and why?
I think I like the summer just because I hate being cold and I love being able to go to the pool. So.
Yay. Okay. Well, if listeners could take one message away from your story and your platform, what would you want it to be?
That it just takes a moment of your time to make a difference in someone else's life. With my platform, I've been to so many places and met so many people, and just by sharing the story of my grandmother, I've had countless veterans come up to me or family members of veterans come up to me and say that happened to my family member or that happened to me. I was mistreated as a veteran. And so we can do little things like you can check my Service Sunday series to see what you can do to help honor and appreciate those who have given their time, given their courage, given their lives for this country.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Taylor, for joining me
Great.
today.
Thank you.
Uh, yeah, I miss you so much. I miss
Thank you
competing with
too.
you, and I hope that, maybe one day we'll both be doing Miss Virginia together. If
Maybe.
if you continue on with Miss Virginia. I don't know what your plans are, but yeah, but I miss you. Thank you so much again for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see everyone in the next episode.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Have a great day. Bye.
You too.